Hello everyone, myself Vaishnavi Vallekar. Today is a technical topic, so we are discussing onto the cell. A cell it is the structural and the functional unit of an living organisms. A number of cells are varies from the one living thing to the another living thing. There are total 200 plus cells are present onto the human body. Then a cell is prepared from the process called as the cell divisions. Then a cell is prepared from the substance called as the protoplasms, and the protoplasms inside the cell and outside the nucleus called as the cytoplasms. Then there are different types of the cells are present on the human body, like stem cells, endothelial cells, cancer cells, then the skin cells, bone cells, blood cells, nerve cells, sex cells, etc. Then the cell can be studied under the two major parts, like cell membrane and the cell organelles. Then the main two types of the cells are the eukaryotic cells and the prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells are those cells which does not contain the nucleus with the membrane bound cell organelles. They are the unicellulars. Histones are absent. Then the circular DNA are present. Then the cell absence of the cell organelles into the prokaryotic cells. Then the cementase ribosomal subunits is present into the prokaryotic cells. Then it is made up from the two proteins. Then the cell division is occurred by the binary fusions, and the examples of the prokaryotic cells like blue-green algae bacteria, and the cyanobacteria. Then the eukaryotic cells. Eukaryotic cells are those cells which contains the membrane-bound cell organelles. It is a multicellulars. They contains the they contains the histones. Then they are prepared from the cellulose, chitin, peptine, etc. Then the membrane bound cell organelles are present. Then the cell division is occurs by the mitosis. Examples: animal, plant, fungi, etc. Then the cell membrane are prepared from the lipids and to the fats, and the outermost layer of the membrane is called as the cytoplasmic membranes. Then each membrane of the cell membranes contains the lipid membrane coated with the protein membrane onto the each layers. They contains the number of membranes, and the membranes having the small spores. It helps for the active transports in the cell membranes. 55% of the proteins are present, 25% phospholipids, 3% carbohydrate, 3% cholesterol, and 4% other lipids. Then the cell membrane is prepared from the membrane lipids or to the membrane proteins. All membrane lipids are to the amphipathics. Then the membrane lipids contains the hydrophilic polar head or the hydrophobic tail. Then the membrane proteins are of the two types, that is integral proteins and the peripheral proteins. Then the functions of the then the functions of the cell membrane. First one, it is act as a receptor. Then it having the small spores which helps into the which acts as a active transport, which helps to transfer the molecules throughout the cell or to the across the cells. Then the cell organelle. Different types of the cell organelles in the cells, like nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, lysosomes. Then the centrioles and the microtubules. First one, it is a nucleus. It is a control room of the cell. Nucleus, it is a control room of the cells. Then the central mass present into the cells called as the nucleus, and the protoplasms inside the nucleus called as the nucleoplasms. Then the eukaryotic nucleus contains the double membranes called as the nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane has a small spores. Then the nuclear membrane has a small spores, so it helps for the transferring the water soluble molecules through the cells. Then the nucleus contains the 46 chromosomes and like the 23 pairs of the chromosomes. Then Endoplasmic reticulums. Endoplasmic reticulum, it is the largest membrane of the cells. Then the endoplasmic reticulum helps to transferring of the channels throughout the cells. Then the endoplasmic reticulums functions, the function of the endoplasmic reticulum, it is the detoxifications. Then the two types of the endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum and the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulums, the number of smooth endoplasmic reticulums are varies from the one cell to the another cells. The main function of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is the synthesis of the fatty acids. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, the rough endoplasmic reticulums, the main function of the rough endoplasmic reticulum is to the synthesis of the proteins as well as the production of the antibodies. On the surface of the rough endoplasmic reticulum, small granule-like structure are present called as the ribosomes. These ribosomes are rigid, and the rough, because of that, the endoplasmic reticulum are said to be the rough endoplasmic reticulums. Then the ribosomes are the a protein factory of the cells. The main function of the ribosomes is to the formulation of the proteins or the production of the proteins. Then the ribosomes are the granule-like structure which is present to the surface of the rough endoplasmic reticulums. Then the ribosomes are prepared from the two subunits, one smaller one and the one larger one, and the both units contains the RNA. Then the mitochondria. Mitochondria, it is a powerhouse of the cells. And then the mitochondria provides the energy to the cells. Mitochondria produce the ATP. The number of mitochondria varies from 100 to the thousands as per the requirement, as per the energy required to the cells. And then the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus, it is a packaging unit of the cells. It contains the tightly packed systems with the smooth fascicles near the nucleus called as the Golgi apparatus. The main function of the Golgi apparatus to store the proteins. Then lysosomes are the suicidal bag of the cells. Lysosomes contains the number of small granules which is aggregate to the which then aggregate to the digestive enzymes. These digestive enzymes helps for the digestions of the peptins, etc. Then the microtubules are the tubular-like structures called as the microtubules. They are the rigids, provide the supports to the cells and helps for the movement of the cytoplasms. Then the centrioles are each cell contains the two centrioles situated near the nucleus, and the main function of the centrioles into the cell division. Thank you.